the quarterback carousel as it remains with the Jets, I guess, at the leaping off point. Breece Hall, this could have been, partly him saying, I want my money and I've got to play on a franchise tag. Watching all money fly everywhere. The Jets also lost Elijah Vera Tucker to the Patriots today, another unkind cut right there for Jets fans to have to, countenance. But just the idea of wondering what do the Jets do at quarterback. I guess Arizona has settled on Brissett, if I'm not mistaken, now that we're
and they signed Gardner Minshew. Right. And I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, I thought he might wind up there. We'll see if maybe there's some sort of end around they could run. But yeah, I think the Cardinals are relatively set. And
then, so where does everyone else land, and what teams that are looking for quarterbacks, what are they going to do? I assume the Jets aren't going to go Fields 2.0, Albert, are they?
So, yeah, I mean, he's still on the roster. Right. So, I mean, I would say, and we'll see how Woody would feel about that after the things that he said during the season.
Right.
I'd say Kyler Murray, obviously come 4:00 tomorrow, he'll be available. And, I think the shot of him ending up in Minnesota is there. I think he'd certainly like to be there. And what he's done, he's in the same spot as Tua. In getting cut, he's got now an opportunity to just make this a football only decision. Wherever he goes, it's going to be on the minimum. The Cardinals are going to pick up the rest of the freight. And if it's a football only decision, Minnesota naturally would be his number one choice. I also know Kevin O'Connell and his group have looked hard at potential reclamation projects after the success they had a couple of years ago with Sam Darnold. So getting Kyler in there, maybe throwing him into a competition with J.J. McCarthy could make some sense. I think Kirk Cousins is a name that you look at. And I've heard he's actually, even though he's in the same sort of offset situation, I've heard he would like to do something for more than the offset because of everything he's been through. He'd like a team to show a little bit of a commitment. So they're invested in him as he's invested in them.
Right.
Where does that wind up happening? I'm not quite sure yet. Indianapolis is, again, sort of lurking out there as a potential landing spot for somebody like him if there's not a starting opportunity, because the very least, if you go to Indy, you can get starter reps, same way as Atlanta in the spring and summer, while the injured quarterback heals, and then if you get opportunity in the fall, you've got built-in chemistry with the players on hand. The Jets are a fascinating one. I still think there's the opportunity that Geno goes back there. I think Geno's still got something left in the tank. I think Minnesota is going to look at Geno too versus Kyler, and obviously those will both be minimum situations. But the idea of Geno going back and playing with playing with the Jets is kind of a full circle moment of his career. That could be out there. And then Joe Flacco's another one, where he's got the existing relationship with Shane Steichen. Could he go back to the Bengals as a backup? That's possible too. I thought Atlanta would have been a potential opportunity for him before Tua wound up there. So those are the names that we're looking at.
Yeah, if Geno goes back to the Jets, he should wear the red jersey in the locker room this time, right, Albert?
I knew.
Is it too soon?
Is it too soon? I remember the name IK Enemkpali. I wonder what he's up to now.
Want to hashtag too soon.
We were working together then. That's how long ago that was.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.